No investment advice provided. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Please read the disclaimer in your own time. Guys, how's it going? Swayze is here. Hope everyone is well. Yeah, did you watch the boxing last night? Great fight. Great fight. The Tyson Fury, Dillian White fight. Fantastic. But I was up till like 3 in the morning because the fight was on so late, and then I was going over a lot of charts. Right, so let's get straight to it, guys. Yeah, it's Sunday, 24th of the 4th, 2022. It's 11:18 a.m. in the morning. The markets are closed. The crypto markets are live. And, yeah, you know, shout out to everybody who selected a ticker. I asked a question on my Twitter on Friday early evening, and on my Telegram group. And, yeah, it's gone very popular, very active, very busy. I basically asked the question on April the 22nd, which was Friday. I'm going to put out a few podcasts this weekend. Does anyone have any suggestions on tickers? So, yeah, a lot of suggestions came in. So what I'm going to try and do is cover a lot of them in this particular podcast. So shout out to everybody that, you know, got involved in the thread, in the tweet, and selected tickers. Many of these tickers I already had charts for. Many of them I don't have any charts for. So I thought what I would do is I would try and handle in a series of podcasts, if you like, whatever you want to call them. Mini podcasts. And in this particular one, we're going to cover quite a few tickers. So shout out to everybody. I'm genuinely going to try and cover all of them. So if I don't get them all finished off today, I will try and tackle them in the week as well. All right, but quite a few of them kept coming up. Quite a few of them got repeated. Power Metal Resources, for example. So we're going to cover that today. So what I've done, I've created a very eloquent and high tech thumbnail, if you like, or Google document, right? So you know, I'm really big into you know, creating high quality thumbnails and visual art. So look at this, guys. I mean, this is like, you know, wow. I say sometimes I even surprise myself, you know, on how artistic I actually am. So what we're gonna do, right, guys? Yeah, I'll tell you what, This is the economy version of the markets, right? But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's the information that matters, right? Not fancy thumbnails and graphics and background music. You know, I wish. In fact, if I went all, you know, sophisticated like that, I don't think it'd feel right. So we're going to cover in this order today, and in the video, in the YouTube video description box, I'm going to put all the timestamps, okay, and all the chapters. So in this order, we're going to have a look at these charts, okay, for POW, DDDD, SYME, GBP, PREM, PXEN, GGP, ZPHR, EOG, or EOG, TGR, NFX, Triple E, AFC, ECR, TRX, and NCYT. Because believe it or not, I got a few requests for that. So what we'll do, we'll jump to the chart shortly, guys. I hope everyone's having a great weekend. The weather's been great in sunny Lancashire, if not a bit windy. Hope everyone's well. Yeah, this tweet, I mean, I think what this tweet demonstrates is that there's a real interest for the charts. There's a genuine interest for the technical analysis in the charts out there, which is fantastic, because that's what, you know, we're all about in Swayze's charts, is the charts, right? The clue is in the name, and that's what we're passionate about. So I went over these charts last night and had to do a few redraws and a few adjustments and stuff like that. But look, at the end of the day, guys, right, this is not any sort of financial advice, okay? This is just my interpretation using a system of technical analysis that I've been developing for several years now, okay, on how the markets may move. Of course, we could be completely wrong. Nothing's 100% accurate, but we try our best at the end of the day, right? We try our best. So we've got, I think, 17 tickers to get to try and cover. So guys, right, if you find this video useful, entertaining, helpful in any way, please give us a retweet, a share, a like. please follow me on Twitter if you're not already following me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and join our Telegram group. There's an embedded link for Swayze's Charts Telegram just here on my homepage of Twitter, whatever you want to call it, profile page. So yeah, come and join Telegram. We're like 500 Telegram users now. We've added quite a few new followers now on Twitter this past couple of weeks. Looks like I'm breaking the algorithm, and the analytics are going up again, which is great. So yeah, it's all moving in the right direction. But you know what, guys? We've just got to carry on going, right? Nothing's easy. The markets have not been easy for many of us for a while now. And gone are the glory days of 2020 when it was easy to make money, right? Then we had the bear market of 2021. And yeah, there has been a lot of opportunity in 2022. But the markets are a lot trickier. So, jumping straight back to my glamorous graphics, we're going to start off with Power Metal. Links, timestamps and links will be in the description box of the videos. Let's just jump straight in and give my interpretation on what could be occurring. We're going to be looking at the daily charts, right? So every candle will be a day of trading. And let's get straight into it, guys, because this is going to be a bit of a hardcore session. Excuse me. Right, okay, here we go. So, Power Metal Resources on the daily chart, okay. It appears that price has finally begin to reverse from the horrendous downtrend that it was in for most part, well, since basically early 2021. So well over how long's that? Over a year? Well over a year of trending down. So like 13, 14, 15, 16 months of a downtrend in this asymmetrical macro descending triangle. So let's just zoom into the local action. Let's try and figure out what's going on. So looks like there's been quite a bit of activity on Twitter recently. A lot of people tweeting about POW, Power Metal Resources, and stuff like that. Personally, I don't follow it. I'm not up on the fundamentals. With this ticker, guys. I'm just literally looking at the charts. Okay, so price broke out. We had like a week break. Actually, like on the 22nd or so 21st of March, right? So we had this week break. Finally, out of this pesky triangle, we had a lovely double bottom. You can see that double bottom set up that formed like the 4th of March. Price has broken out finally of this asymmetrical descending triangle. We're looking at the macro, the big picture, zoomed into closer action. So there's a couple of things, right? Price has closed over a key level of resistance, which is pretty cool. We had like a stubborn level of resistance, which I know many of you guys that are tracking POW would have known. It was like 1.455p a share, right? So this is the SP on the chart. So price effectively tested it and effectively closed over it. There's a couple of things that I think it might be doing. Ignore all these lines. Well, don't ignore them, but let me try and just translate what I think, right? I think there's two potential bullish channels in play, right? So it's either, I think, going to be this one, which is the bottom of the trend line here, top of the trend line here, where this resistance is coming in. So price is currently trading at 1.525p a share. It was up 5.17%, close of trading on Friday, okay? So decent volume as well for POW. So we had like just over 9.5 million in volume, pretty decent. We've seen bigger days, but it's certainly turning around by the looks of it. And I think it's personally, I think it's now transitioning from a bearish trend to now a bullish trend. That's what I think's occurring with POW. So back to these two trend lines. I think this could be, see this channel here, guys, right? This could be an even more bullish channel that's forming. And if it is, looking at the chart, price it's about to encounter it's encountering the 200 EMA, okay, which is the daddy of EMAs. Interestingly enough now, though, price is on top now of the 21, the 50 and the 100. So the next major EMA that price needs to handle on the daily chart with POW is the 200. But nothing happens, you know, instantly when you're having a transition from a downtrend to an uptrend. But the good news is, I think now with POW, it's beginning to trend up. Now, if there's two channel ideas that I've got, so they're both bullish, but one of them's got more of a steeper angle, a more aggressive bullish channel. So I'm just trying to figure out what it's actually going to do. When the market's open, we've got a level of resistance just above. Okay, it'll be interesting to see how price handles it. The level of I can't even speak properly. The level of resistance up above, guys, is where price on the daily is just under the 200. So again, that's no coincidence, okay? But looking at the chart, if the bulls are still in control, and there's been a lot of buying over the last week with POW, the bulls are still in control. Price may want to start testing at some point 1.690 pence, okay, if the bulls are still in control. But I just need to figure out, we need to see price moving a little bit more. We need to figure out, is price going to go for a channel break this channel here? You can see that I've drawn a touch dominant trend line back from January. Okay, we've got a lot of touches here, guys, which makes it a valid trend line. Is price going to break that trend line and start moving with a channel break in this more aggressive, more bullish channel? So good luck to all investors and holders. I know that many people, I mean, it's been, you know, I've been charting it for quite a while. I called some amazing bullish moves with POW back in 2020. But you know what? The markets giveth and the markets taketh away. We know how it works, guys. And if you don't lock some profits in, the markets can make you really suffer for a very long time. And that's the way, unfortunately, the markets can be. All right, so that's power metal resources, okay? That's my take on it. If anyone wants a copy of these charts, send me a DM, or I'll post them on Twitter and in my Telegram group as well. But I've got all the revised charts now. As you can see, this is the selection that we're going to go for today, guys. So POW, that's my take on it. There's some gaps to fill. I mean, you know, we can just before we leave POW, it's filling. It's looking like it's wanting to fill some nice gaps moving forward. I think it's motivated at some point soon to want to try and test 1.680 pence a share. I think that's what it's motivated to want to do. Okay, but of course it all depends how when the market opens tomorrow, how it handles these resistance levels above. Okay, nothing ever goes to the moon in a linear fashion, right? Price moves up and down. It's got a flaw. Right, okay, we spent a bit of time there with POW. Let's jump to double D. What I've done, this is an interesting one, right? This is a really interesting one. Again, we're on the daily chart, okay, and we're looking at the macro. Just wait for the chart to load. We're looking at the super macro. Let's just zoom out, right? A lot of the times, right, I specialize as well in macro charting. And macro, of course, is the big picture. And I teach my students in Swayze's Charts Discord, right, that we start big. We start with a big picture and then we zoom in to smaller action. So when we can decode the macro moves, we can then start to move down into the smaller time frames and decode the smaller time frames. But we have to start big. So we've got a key level of resistance, right, to keep this flowing as quickly as possible. We've got a key level of macro resistance with double D, by the looks of it. Okay, now this macro trend line started pretty much August 2017. Okay, and I redrew it last night because this is a significant level. Now, excuse me. When we look at 4D Pharma, right, on the macro daily chart, zoomed out perspective, we can see that this macro trend line that started years and years ago, every time that price has tried to get over it, it's been defeated. Okay, it's been pushed back by this trend line that emanated all the way back in the day, August 2017. Flipping out. I mean, like, ask yourself right now, what were you doing in 2017? You have to have a think about it, right? Because it's that long ago. But the markets move in the macro in much slower and larger time frames. And when price is interacting with these macro levels, they can be two things: very powerful resistance or incredibly strong support. But nonetheless, price has to engage with them at some point, right? If it's moving up or moving down, but it's engaging with this key level. We can see we have multiple head and shoulders reversals off this key level. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. There's loads of them. I've not drawn them all in. But let's just zoom in to more local action, right? Okay, with 4D Pharma. Because unfortunately, right, it's going to have to handle this macro level. Now, I've tweeted significantly with DDDD on Twitter, put hundreds of charts, well, I don't know about hundreds, but multiple charts over the last, we've nearly been around now for 2 years on Twitter, and I've put loads of charts together on DDDD. But look at this trap candle, okay? This is a market maker's trap candle. There was a lot of ramp as well at the time when this candle was being generated, and coming up to this up move, there was a lot of ramp on Twitter. So a lot of unsuspecting retail investors would have bought that candle, okay? But the issue is, guys, when you're buying at key levels of resistance, you can see with a subsequent sell-off, you can have your you-know-what handed to you on a silver platter, right? Be careful, guys, right? Buying stuff if you're not aware of levels, okay? Because these levels matter. Right, okay, so what I've done, I was looking at it again last night, okay, we may have a smaller, more medium bullish channel forming, okay, drawn a touch dominant trend line here. Price closed at 42.45p a share, which was down 6.19% on Friday, okay, volume, pretty low volume, 2.52 million in volume. Okay, there is a potential for another head and shoulders reversal forming here as well. But don't worry about that at the minute. What we need to see is price finding support at these levels, okay, at these levels, and we need it to see if the bulls are going to challenge this macro, this like 7 year or whatever. It's 7 year? 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, 5+ year. My maths are great, aren't they? This 5-year macro downtrend, key level. So is support going to come in to this like smaller bullish channel and challenge it? But guys, right, personally speaking, I'd be very wary of going long, not financial advice at these levels. There is so much downside and risk involved, in my opinion, in moves like this. So here we go. That's where we're at currently with DDDD. We need to see this level effectively broken over on the daily chart and closed over with significant, decent, solid candles. Like not weak breaks, not fake breaks. These fake breaks are created to trap buyers. We know that the markets are a liquidity making machine. That's how I see it, guys. Okay, moving swiftly on, because we've got a lot of tickets to get through, guys. Let's go to SYME, because I've been following that with a lot of interest. And, there's a massive community of SYME capital investors. So, I've been following this for quite a while. Tricky mover, but it's, recently price has made some interesting moves. Just need to adjust that a little bit. So a little micro adjustment. Got the glasses on today, guys. Can see the charts a bit better. Right, so we're looking at the daily chart with the SYME, right? So anyone that follows SYME will know that this stock, unfortunately, has been in an horrendous downtrend for quite some time. And again, like Powerhouse, it's moved in an asymmetrical descending triangle, a bearish pattern. Horrendous. These things are like black holes, right? Honestly, for price to try and break out of them, They're like black holes. You think you're going to get a breakout, the market will tease you, you know, and create these alluring looking candles to tempt retail investors in. It'll be getting hyped and ramped on Twitter, the LSE, Facebook, Instagram, social media. Buyers will be anticipating, I'm going to buy this break. I'm getting confirmation bias off everybody. I'm not listening to the naysayers. I'm not looking at Swayze's charts. He's telling me that there's danger there. There could be levels of. What does he know? Northern idiot. Let's buy this candle. Boom, they'll buy the candle, right? And then it's a trap. And then what they'll do? What will happen is we can see what occurred here on 30th December 2021. The markets will just take you out. These squeezes, right? These short squeezes are designed. Right, so you ain't got a chance. Because obviously the brokers and the market makers, they all work together, allegedly, right? So you've bought a trap candle and then you're out. I mean, I'm not being funny, guys, right? You buy it at like 0.2263 right about Christmas last year, December last year, and you're holding the metaphorical baby, excuse me, today at 0.1025, right? Praying for a miracle. It's tough. We've all been there, right? We've all been there. This is why understanding these key levels is absolutely vital. This is why Swayze's Charts Discord, my own private Discord, we've got nearly 200 members where we teach our system, has flourished over the past year and 3 quarters. Because, a lot of people are tired of being tricked and trapped by the market makers. Right, so anyway, I digress, right? So we've not had a break until recently. So significant date, 1st of April 2022, price finally broke out of the macro asymmetrical descending triangle. It's broken out and it's gone into like a consolidation phase, right? But I highlighted that there was a key level, and check the tweets, all there, guys. I said price needs to get over this key level, whatever it was at the time, right? Price needed to break and close over this key level. Well, interestingly, on Friday, right, we had a lot of volume, 357 million in volume, 357.627 million in volume. I mean, that's insane, isn't it? Huge volume day, very popular stock. And we had a nice engulf that closed over this key level, right? So it looks like it's trying to get on top at the minute of the 21 to 50 EMA. Way above it is the 100 and the 200. But looking at this chart, right, is it telling us that price, there's like a zones with consolidation zones, right? So a micro consolidation a lot of the times, Noel Borge calls it tap, tap, tap dancing. I think it's pretty funny, right? Okay, but we got micro consolidation zone A, right? So Friday, when we had that significant day with this engulf, loads of volume, prices close over this key level. I'm not saying that the next candle is going to shoot right up, but what's occurred with SYME, looking at this chart, on the daily chart, right, in my interpretation is that we've had the break out of the asymmetrical downtrend. We've had that. Then we've had micro consolidation. Then we had some significant setup candles. Like you can see these double bottoms. We had a row of double bottoms, which are bullish indications of market reversal, right, and setups, permission to enter the markets. So double bottom, double bottom, double bottom, double bottom, and then a bullish engulf. Okay, so zone A has been closed over. This was zone A, okay, and then we got zone B. So this candle, in my opinion, it kind of like opens the door for price to start approaching and getting involved with zone B in this consolidation phase. I need to figure out if there's some sort of a trend developing at the minute, but I can't quite see it. There's a few maybe early ideas, but I just want to let price try and do its thing. But we've had a significant candle. Price closed at 0.1025 on Friday. Loads of volume, like I've said, and it looks like the buyers are trying to slowly reverse the decline and the sell-off with SYME. So interesting times. Let's see if price wants to try and test this 100 EMA at some point. The top of Zone B is, let's have a quick look, 0.1385. So good luck. We've had the first break. Let's see if price is going to want to carry on consolidating. But Friday was an interesting day in the local, in the local chart, but also in the bigger macro chart as well, because price did close over a key level. All right, guys. What have we got next to jump into? We've got GBP. Right, interesting stuff going on with GBP. Right, I called this. I called this move. Check the tweets. I called this up move. I kind of figured out how it was moving. I think we called price at like 0.474. So that was like a beautiful move. It was like a bagger, virtually a bagger with GBP. Called that. Looking at the chart, right, it's a bit of a messy chart. Let's just zoom in to this larger ascending channel idea that I drew, right? It's not the most eloquent looking chart, but sometimes, guys, they'll never look textbook, okay? It's just the way the markets move. So I think with GBP, by the way, price closed at 0.680 on Friday, which was up 5.43%, 27 point, what do we have? We only had 6.86 million in volume. Relatively small, low volume day for this ticket because it can do a lot more. But anyway, I called this break. Up it went. I believe this is the larger macro ascending channel. It's been ramped within an inch of its life, as we know. I spotted the reversal. I spotted the bounce, the reversal, the decline. Okay, check the tweets, all there. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, head and shoulders reversal. Then price started selling off in this descending channel, which is a smaller channel in the context of the larger ascending channel, right? Okay, selling off. You know, the markets are a liquidity-making machine, guys, as we know, right? You know, the market makers and the brokers make money both ways. The markets are not here to make you rich. They're there to make them rich. It's their game. It's their train set. They built the game. We're all players. And that's how it works. That's the way that I see it. So anyway, right, so once price hit these higher highs recently, sell off, okay, trap candle. I called that out as well as a trap candle, okay, like 24th of Feb, sell off, okay, but significant day again, like SYME, we had a significant day with GBP on Friday, okay, because according to my TA, this candle has broken out of this downtrend channel. Okay, this may be, you can see I've drawn in this smaller ascending channel. This may be the smaller ascending channel. We got a really nice convergence of EMAs though. So if it's going to do a break, right, if it is going to do a break to the up, which it might well do looking at this chart, okay, yes, there is some potential resistance, but the buyers have basically said, look, we've created a nice candle. We've broke over because I had to do a redraw of this. Smaller descending channel, right? So the market makers, I've created some very nice candles at these levels, okay, and they've given us nearly a solid bar candle. There's a little wick on top of it, but that was Friday's trading, right? 0.680. I don't know. Beautiful convergence. So underneath we got the 21. The 50, the 100, and the 200. I mean, guys, to me, that looks kind of primed for a breakout. It's already broken out of the descending. It's trying to tell us that. I think it's saying to us, look, we've sold off enough now. Okay, we've hit some relatively lows, like on 31st of March, price hit like 0.500 or whatever it was, yeah. But I think the market makers are telling us with GBP, it's a liquidity reset machine, right? I don't know what's going on in the background with the fundamentals. I have a fundamentals expert in the Discord. Shout out to Bob Smith, amazing guy. He gives us his time and energy as our resident fundamentals expert, also known as Dr. Nominally on LSC. Guy's an expert in the true sense of the word. So he'll know about GBP fundamentals, or he could look into it if I asked him. But I don't know because I'm personally not involved with this at all. I'm just looking at the chart. So we've had a significant breakout on Friday. We've got a key convergence of all the EMAs, some sort of crossing over as well with the EMAs underneath. Decent candle that the market makers gave us. If price is going to break, we've got some nice market structure up ahead with GBP. Some very nice market structure for price to want to return to a penny, right? In the short term. Looking at the chart. Might be wrong, but that's just looking at the chart. Okay, so good luck. And, you know, the macro's an uptrend. Okay, so the macro channel, according to my TA, okay, going back to like Feb 2021, after the horrendous sell-off, the macro GBP is an ascending channel. We've had a head and shoulders reversal. A lot of buyers got trapped. Okay. It was being ramped and all the rest of it. Okay, anyway, let's not go down that rabbit hole. But looking at these trap candles, a lot of buyers have been trapped. You know, a lot of people took profits. Anyway, selling off. And key day on Friday, I did the redraw last night. I was up till 3 a.m. checking these charts because obviously, guys, this information that I want to give you has got to be as accurate as I possibly can get it. So keep your eyes on GBP. That's all I'm trying to say. Right, let's move to PREM dead quickly. Been calling PREM, Premier African Minerals. Shout out to all the investors. Shout out to Dave C., who's a mate of mine. He's an admin in my Telegram group. He's a big investor and a big advocate of Premier African Minerals. Shout out to, you know, I'm not invested in this at the minute, by the way. I'm not ramping it or anything like that. I do not have a penny of my own money in this stock, all right, for the record. I just love the community. They've always been really nice and kind and gracious to me. And they've always, they've helped me grow on Twitter and they've retweeted my charts. Unlike some other stocks that I won't mention where they've been absolute meanies, nasty, abusive, horrible individuals. But anyway, I digress. Premier African Minerals on the daily chart, right? Pretty decent day on Friday, guys. Up 11.93%. Okay, this is the idea. I did a separate video in the week. Check it out. On PREM. Price, I thought price was going to head a little bit lower, but we weren't that far off if this is the break. So price closed at 0.350. Like I said, loads of volume, 264.416 million in volume, up 11.93%. Okay, we got this asymmetrical descending channel. Price is broken out with a reasonable candle. EMAs seem to be converging. It might micro consolidate along at these levels, but I think at some point soon, PREM's going to go, and I think it's going to want to fill the market structure up ahead. And the top of this bullish channel that I've indicated is like a higher level than it did recently. Like, you know, I mean, it's like 0.620 and moving upwards. Okay, but price moves. It flows like water. It goes up and down, moves sideways, right? Finds levels, areas of resistance, support, micro consolidation zones, etc. Interesting move. I didn't think it was going to move so soon. I don't know what's going on in the background. I don't know any of the fundamentals. I know about, you know, what they do fundamentally and stuff like that, and then, you know, all the excitement about having this huge lithium mine deposits and loads of Chinese people and multinationals wanting to buy them and stuff like that. You know, I don't really know a lot about it, but I've got other people that are experts on this sort of thing. I just love the pretty pictures that the charts make, right? But anyway, right? If this is going to break, I mean, we've had a breakout the asymmetrical descending triangle. I thought price would test these low levels below, but if we zoom in, we weren't that far off if it is the break. But I'm very bullish on PREM. Good luck to all the holders. I think this emerging bullish channel is a real thing. I called it absolutely ages ago, drew it ages and ages ago before this big sell-off. Can back it all up. Got all the charts on Twitter, on Telegram and stuff like that to prove everything. Okay, called the last break with PREM, when price broke out of this pennant triangle, which is usually bullish indication, right? Anyway, shout out to all PREM holders. I hope you make loads of money, and remember all poor swazzers when you're all, when you're all millionaires, right, in the future. Okay, let's have a look at PXEN dead quick, because we've still got a lot of charts to break down, guys. Right, interesting moves with Prospects Energy PLC. I love to call it PXEN, cool name for a ticker, right? Price closed 4p on the nose on Friday. Okay, it was a break-even day trading. Okay, I redrew, I slightly micro-adjusted the chart this morning, should I say. What kind of volume did we have? Relatively low volume, but it's still a popular little ticker, right? 1.29 million in volume. Okay, I redrew the trend line. Okay, let's have a look at it. I think this is the macro ascending uptrend with PXEN. Okay, I think it's bullish. I think this is a key level that price is finding support, but it's not letting it. Have you noticed that the market makers are not letting it go? Oh, this move where they do these double touches, triple touches at key levels. It's all calculated, guys, and it's to stop traders and day traders making loads of money on it, okay? Because it wants to take out stops before it actually makes its real move. And that's how a lot of the times, guys, right? You know, when we look at bullish continuation patterns, people talk about cup and handle continuation patterns, right? Well, that is how they're formed through the market makers. They want to let it go, but they're not ready to let it go because they don't, it's a liquidity reset machine, the markets, right? So, when they're creating these little moves up and down, they create these cup and handle continuation patterns, and they're literally all over the charts. And it's how the brokers and the market makers work together, in my opinion, where they'll create a really juicy candle, okay, like this solid bar virtually here, whatever it is, this solid bar, these double bottoms and stuff like that. And they'll let it go. We'll see it with Bitcoin recently. They'll let it move up, but then, boom, they'll take those moves out. Because they understand, right, that a lot of people are working with margin and stuff like that, or a lot of people can be spooked out of these moves. Okay, oh, got it wrong. Okay, this is why you always have to trust the charting, right, of your emotions. Because if you go off your emotions, you'll fail so much more. And if you start reading, like, the D-rampers and stuff like that on the LSE, okay, that'll add to your mind control. And you're being mind controlled, in my opinion. We've all been there where we've been mind controlled, okay? So we get into a move, okay, it starts moving up. We feel fantastic. Yeah, I'm in the profit. And then it will reverse, okay? Oh, I didn't take my profits. Flipping heck. And then you'll start looking for information on the internet off characters, right, that you don't know. Like me, right? I've got a track record, guys. I can prove everything that I say. And I've got hundreds of positive testimonies, right? We are not rampers, right? We look at it with an honest perspective, right? 99% of these stocks not even invested in. No special interest. Thank you very much. So then we'll look, right? The theoretical scenario is then what people will do. We've all done it, including myself. Because price we now perceive that price is going against us, okay, on our entry, we'll go and try and seek information. So we'll go on to places like that LSE, which is basically a hangout for trolls and shills, right? In my opinion, many of them. There are some good people, but there's a lot of trolls and shills. And then we'll read, the information on PXEN LSE, and there'll be certain characters that write novels. I mean, literally novels, about why this stock is crap, why it's going to sell off, why you should get out of it, and they'll reinforce that negative bias and these biases that we have adopted. It's inherited behavior, it's dogmatic thought processes, and then we'll get out. And we'll get out with a small loss or maybe even a break even, right? Okay, or whatever, and we'll think, thank God for that. And then the real move will come in, boom, like a week after or a few days after you exited with a loss. Then it'll bag. And then you're sat there thinking, what have I done? If only I would have stayed in, held true to my convictions, and rode it out a little bit, I would have bagged. I would have done 100%. I would have done 60% on this investment, whatever the move is. Anyway, I'm digressing a little bit, but what I love about charting, right, and technical analysis is I believe that the market makers leave clues. They leave clues that they cannot hide They find it very difficult. And individuals like myself can decode these and give ourselves advantages over the market makers. All right, waffling over. I think price is going to find support, and I think it's going to move up. I think this is the new trend with PXEN, okay? It could have gone head and shoulders reversal. This could have been the left shoulder. 15th of September 2021. This could have been the left shoulder, right? This could have been the head. Price is closing over that level. So the market makers are saying, wait a sec, didn't want to do that market reversal. Okay, we haven't got a lot of data with PXEN. We haven't got a lot of data, but the data that I'm looking at, I think it's bullish. Price may want to break down below. Okay. Might want to encounter this 200. I think we're in an up. It might not. There's some decent candles that have been forming on the 4 hour as well on this chart. There's beautiful market structure up ahead if there's going to be another move. I think this gap will want it to be refilled at some point. I think looking at this chart, that price will want to go back to 6.5 pence. I think it will. Do not take anything I'm taking as gospel. It's just the way I'm looking at the chart according to my system of TA. All right, so good luck to all investors. Lower volume tickers as well can move in more volatile fashions. Okay, so there's not mega volume with it, but it is looking very interesting on the charts. Might be wrong. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's look at GGP, because that's been a pain in the arse, hasn't it? The thing is, right, past performance is not indicative of future performance, right? It's not. I mean, I called out GGP, Greatland Gold PLC. I was one of the people that tweeted about it and nailed these multi-bagging moves back in 2020. Okay, but as we've said before, guys, what the market giveth, the market taketh away. So we had this horrendous sell-off, as we can see on the daily chart, right, when price was touching those beautiful highs of, like, you know, what did it touch? It touched like 38 and a bit pence. January of 2021, and then we've had the horrendous sell-off, okay? Many of us got it wrong. We thought it was reversing. It wasn't. It's broken out recently of this macro descending channel. It's broken out, broke out like March, so like last month, right? Early last month broke out. And, you know, the market makers created a beautiful candle, okay? But when I was looking at the candle, I thought that's too good to be true, to be honest with you. Okay, so that was a trap candle to trap buyers, because markets have different states, right? Different trends, different personalities. So they can trend up, they can trend down, they can consolidate, they can range, they can do any and all of the above, right? Being a TA specialist like myself, we have to try and me and my students and the members of our Discord, we all get our heads together and we try and chart out and figure out what is actually going on, okay? So GGP has broken out of the macro descending bearish channel. Yes, it has. Price closed at 13.7p on Friday, which was down 1.44%. But price has broken out and price is consolidating, guys. It's in a consolidation zone. There was a head and shoulder reversal there that we can see. Left shoulder formed early Feb, head, right shoulder reversal, convergence of EMAs, getting on top of price selling off. But to me, when you look at where price broke from, we've kind of got the EMAs running right through the middle of price, right, which is indicative of a range. It's a ranging market state. It's quite a tight bandwidth of consolidation. At the bottom, we've got like 12 and a bit P. At the top, we've got 16.78. But guys, right, many of you will know, right, better than me, right, that the market makers in 2022 are not playing ball all that well. Yeah, they're offering opportunities, but it's certainly not the level of opportunities that we had in 2020. 2021 was a bear market. It was a liquidity reset machine. The market makers wanted the profit back. They got it back from a lot of people as well, by the looks of it. Hardcore, right? So, where's price going to go next with GGP? So if we look at this ranging market state, with ranges, you can only trade them at the top of the bottom. Forget about, in personally speaking, I'm not interested in trying to navigate the middle of a range. Dangerous. So top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, top. Is this the bottom? Possibly. Price may want to revisit the bottom of like 12 and a bit. It might do, or it might want to break and test 16.83. There's your levels, guys. I don't know what else to say about GGP at the minute. Price broke out into a horrible, pretty tight bandwidth micro consolidation. Price really needs to tackle some of these key levels to break. I don't see a trend. I see a range. That's how I see GGP moving at the minute. Good luck to all investors. Okay, let's have a look at Zephyr, ZPHR. Again, many of these tickers, right, we've called significant bounces with these charts recently, okay? And what it is, right, how it works, in my opinion, right, when a lot of these stocks are being dogged by the rampers and the trolls and the shills and the paid special agents, right, that are paid, right, to dog a stock. I'm not talking about ZPHR, I'm talking about generally, right, what they'll do, right, the stock won't get much love, there's no sentiment, there's no apparent sentiment there for the stock. The stock's sold off, it's down at bargain basement prices. The LSE's pretty quiet. There's a few people slagging it off and they've deramped it and stuff like that. And then you'll do a search of the hashtag on Twitter, and there's not much love there, right? Stocks like it's been selling off. Okay, people that have been trapped who didn't take profits, like they bought at like 8 and a bit p. Price had sold off to like 4 and a bit pence. They're depressed. Do you know what I mean? It's all a big mind game. They believe in the rampers and the shields and the retweeters on the LSE and Twitter, and they're ready for they're ready for taking a big hit and a big loss. Okay, and there's no sentiment. Look, it's all part of the game, guys. It's all part of the game, right? Okay, they'll sell it off to get rid of the weak hands, to create the liquidity. It's how it works. But what we can do with the charting, guys, is we can find out what is going on. See, I called this move. I've called multiple moves with ZPHR. Check the tweets. Check the Telegram. Ask my students. In fact, quite a few of the students spotted these moves and done very well with ZPHR as well. Okay, so we had a lot of volume, decent volume down Friday. Just under 30 million in volume, right? Price closed at 7.55p a share. Okay, which was 3.42%. My point is this, right? When there's low sentiment, okay, and the forces of evil are working against the retail investor, these are the times that you should get in, not financial advice. These are the times that you should buy the market, okay, if it's looking good on the charts, if the overall fundamentals are good, okay, if the company's got, money in the bank, it's not got debt weighing it down too much. There's no nasty placements coming around the corner. There's no dilution on the horizon. The company has got a strong CEO and a good board of directors. Okay, the company has got vision for the future, and it's got a fantastic product. It's got a strong presence online. Okay, just because a stock sells off, right? I personally see it as an opportunity if ticking all the other boxes, okay? And then we can draw out the charts and look on, like, for example, we can look at this macro ascending channel with ZPHR, giving us key setups at key locations. Up it went. I mean, what a move, right? Sub 5 pence, price is now trading at 7.55p a share. Fabulous move, okay? There's not a great lot of data with it, okay, but I see this as the macro. Imagine getting in under a penny. Look at that. Imagine getting in there. And believe me, there'll be people still in. Shout out to them, do you know what I mean? For having the conviction and the balls and the confidence to get in when price was low and price had sold off. What you get, right, down the line, then you'll get other retail investors. When the party's already in full swing and the up moves are already in full swing, then you'll get people late to the party jumping in. But what about jumping in at lower levels? What about having the balls to jump in, trust your convictions, after price has sold off and started making support? This is why TA is so important, in my opinion. It's a skill that only 5% of people can, if that, can truly understand decoding the market makers' moves, right? you know, it's given me a life I could only ever dream of, and independence and freedom. I mean, you know, every day above ground's an absolute blessing, and I absolutely love it. Students love it, and hopefully you guys find some interest in what I've got to say and show you. So I think anyway, it's now trending up in this this tighter price bandwidth uptrend. Price may want to sell off. There's some resistance in this smaller channel. These tight channels are created, guys, right, to kind of deter day trading, because there's not a lot of moves really involved. You know, swing moves, yes, because swing moves occur over longer time periods, right? But like tighter price bandwidth moves like this kind of deter day traders. It's why the market makers a lot of the time will create these moves to keep the liquidity within the stock, right? Anyway, nice EMAs underneath now, trending up. At some point in the future, looking at the chart, I think it's going to go to 10p. I really do. In the meantime, guys, I'm not saying that price will not want to revisit lower lows. I'm just saying, looking at medium to longer term moves with ZPHR, okay, I think it's bullish, and I think it'll want to retest 8.79p at some point soon. There's a nice gap that's being filled, right? We can see it on the chart. Short-term moves, price may want to sell off, may want to head back down to 6 and a bit pence. Retest these low EMAs below. Give us some setups of these key levels. Let's see what happens. Cup and handle, mini cup and handle continuation patterns all over this chart. Literally all over the chart. Good luck to the investors. We've already called it. That's how I see it moving now. Whew, let's get through these tickers, guys. Let's look at EOG. We're getting there, but we've got quite a few to go. Hope my computer does not crash. This is a mammoth session today, okay? But you know what? If you don't want to take on challenges, what's the point? Okay, Europa Oil and Gas Holdings PLC. Okay, we've called it before. It's an interesting ticker. For a relatively low volume ticker, it has a lot of interest, right? Decent volume on Friday. Price closed 2.35p, down 6%. Okay, down 6%. 7.254 million in volume. Pretty decent volume. Look, this is how I personally see. I see it as a macro ascending channel. Okay, there's the touch dominant trend line that pretty much started like March 2020. That's the way I see it. That's the touch dominant trend line. Zoom into the action. We've got we got that clone. We've got it replicated. We've got it stuck to the swing lows with Europa Oil and Gas here, as we can see. Okay, now what is going on? What is going on? Is price going to head all the way back down to 1.56 pence a share if this is the macro uptrend? I don't think so. I don't think so, and I'll show you why. I think there's a couple of things in play. So these trend lines I drew earlier. Do you remember Blue Peter? Here's one I made earlier. Well, here's one I made earlier, right? And the reason for it, guys, is to show you that it's broken, right? Okay. So we had this candle on the 6th of April, okay, earlier on in this month, that significantly, with a bullish intention, broke out of. This was then the sell-off channel. Can you see it? Price came all the way up, as we know. Okay, touched 3.7p up share, whatever it was. Sold off. Okay. Then came in, that was retroactively backtested this channel. Retroactive backtesting is something that I teach in Swayzer's Charts Discord. It's an incredibly powerful tool, right, for gauging who is in control, buyers or sellers, where price may be going next. So I retroactively, so I drew the channel as it was, gauge when the breakout came, then we've had this sell-off. So why did that occur? What else is happening, right? Because look, it's like you're a detective when you're trying to decode the moves in the markets, right? Because things do not occur in isolation. There's always other data, historical data that's been occurring as a precursor historically in the past to why that move occurred, right? So Here's one I made earlier. Okay, here's one I made earlier with Europa Oil and Gas. I think that this could be a potential breakout channel with EOG. Okay, for those reasons. So what we do, guys, is we'll clone this trend line. Okay, we'll stick it to the swing high. Okay, I know it looks a bit of a mess, right? Let's delete the old downtrend, the micro channel downtrend, or the smaller downtrend. Okay, do you see it? Do you see it, guys? Yeah. Let me just try and draw it in so you can see it a little bit clearer. I might be completely wrong. Do not take my word for anything. Okay, but retroactively backtesting, looking at the macro, zooming in to more smaller action. Okay, gives me an idea, similar to my other charts that I've done with like PREM and stuff like that. Gives me an idea. This is not perfectly drawn at all. This is messy. This is really messy. Okay, let's just compress it, make it look a little bit more readable. Let's just tidy it up a little bit, right? Okay, what I love about my system of TA, right, and I'm not bragging, but how I've been able to call so many winners, right, where a lot of other charters have not seen the moves, is through retroactive backtesting. Okay. Like trend reversals, for example, we've found some huge winners with trend reversals over the past couple of years. Okay, and it's a skill that I've been working on for years and years and years. Teach it in Swayze's Charts Discord. Shout out to Swayze's Charts Discord. Shout out to Bob Smith. Shout out to all the members. Okay, so I teach retroactive backtesting. So I believe, right, we had a price break, could have been heading down to lower lows, but the market makers came in for some reason. I think we've got support. I personally, looking at this chart, I think we've got strong levels of support at these levels with EOG. Okay, I don't know why, don't know what's going on with the fundamentals. The only thing that bothers me a little bit is that there's a bit of the EMAs could do to get a little bit closer. Price may want to break down, interact, but I think the support at this level here, at these lower levels, price I think is going to sell off a little bit more in next week, tomorrow. Starting tomorrow, I think price may want to sell off a little bit more. But looking at this channel idea, okay, this may be a new bullish channel idea that may want to, because it was bullish anyway, right? The macro channel with EOG's bullish anyway, right? But price may want to come in at support at these levels, break out. Okay, that's the way I see it. I think it's bullish. I think there's support there, and for those reasons, also as well. Again, we could have had a head and shoulders reversal at these levels, right? At these levels, we could have had head and shoulders reversals. I'm always looking at the formation of head and shoulders reversals. So we could have had left shoulder head, okay, price breaking down below these levels here, like 2.14p. And do you see what happened, guys, right? The market maker said, nah, we don't want to reverse. We don't want to create head and shoulders reversal pattern. What we're going to do is we're going to come in and give 40 million in volume on the 6th of April and break out of that potential head and shoulders reversal. We're going to do asymmetric. We're going to do a triangle break, trade the break, boom. That's what it's done. And for those other reasons, see, the evidence adds up, you see. And it's not just me like sticking a finger up in the air and trying to guess which way the wind's blowing. We actually have a methodical system of TA, and retroactive backtesting is one of the methods that I use. So shout out to EOG. That's how I see it moving. That's how I see the new. Let's see if price comes into these levels. Let's see if it offers some support at these levels here. Okay, interesting mover for sure. Right. Okay. Let's work through these guys. We've still got plenty to go. Right. Let's look at TGR. Was another suggestion. Dead quickly. We'll try and move a little bit quicker. I called the break with TGR as well. We've called it successfully before. Again, we've had an horrendous sell-off with TGR, like a lot of other stocks that went bullish in 2020. Horrendous sell-off in 2021. Large asymmetrical descending sell-off. What did we get? 76p, down 0.65% on Friday. super low volume, 78.98k. Still a popular little ticker though. Price has recently broken out of the asymmetrical descending triangle. We've got a smallish bullish uptrend. We've got resistance. I see resistance. Price may want to sell off, retest these lower lows. EMA is a little bit closer below, but I think we've got a smaller bullish uptrend. If price can break out, though, we have got oodles of market structure up ahead. I think moving forward in the future with TGR, we're talking a bullish return and a bullish recovery. Looking at the charts, might be wrong. Good luck and a shout out to all TGR investors out there, okay? Let's look at NFX. That's an interesting one. That's another one that has been selling off like a good one. Okay, Newfimix PLC, okay, closed at 0.976 on Friday. Volume 1.33 million in volume. Again, right? Again. We see this with a lot of stocks in the alternative investment market and the wider FTSE in general. Asymmetrical descending triangle. Sell-off, huge sell-off from early last year. Huge sell-off. Price hitting all-time lows. Bargain basement price of 0.976. Up 5.41% trading on Friday. But I think, looking at the charts, right, see how it works with this particular chart is you have larger triangles, and then within, if I'm shouting, I apologise, I'm getting a bit excited. I need a coffee to make me more excited. So we've got this larger asymmetrical descending triangle, right? And then within that larger asymmetrical descending triangle, we've got smaller triangles, okay, where price breaks out. And I think, if I zoom into this action, I read through NFX last night, I think this is a retroactively drawn ascending channel. I can't go into all the minutiae and the detail of the TA and how we do it, but trust me, I'm a doctor, right? Trust me, I'm a chartist. Trust me, I'm a DJ. Right, here we go. So I think this is the lower touch dominant trend line. I think there's a lot going on here, guys, right? We've had all sorts of stuff going on. We had a head and shoulders reversal, price sold off again. We've got this micro consolidation. There's a lot of bullish candles. There's some beautiful setup candles. But look, right, like Power Metal, like TGR, like many other stocks that have been selling off, this is a key level, guys. Price is going to have to handle this asymmetrical descending channel at some point. You can see that every time that price is encountered the top of this asymmetrical descending bullish triangle, price has significantly sold off. But how it works, right, price has to organise itself into these virtual structures, right, for it to enable it to tackle these levels. It's how price moves. So this is an interesting candle, right? Do you see on Friday that we had this lovely little, it's like a lovely little solid bar candle if you zoom into the action? Price kind of closed below. Do you see that? So this would have been a sell-off candle at some point. But then the buyers came back in and it gave us a beautiful solid bar close, right? Right at the bottom. Price broke below my idea of this macro trend line idea. But then we had this lovely little solid candle. And then do you see where price did this break of this smaller asymmetrical descending triangle within this larger structure? Right, we can see that price has closed virtually on top of that. That's kind of a bullish indication that I think soon, with a bit of luck, the buyers are going to come back in for NFX. I think it's going to want to test. I think soon, looking at this chart, might be completely wrong, but I think price is going to want to test 1.5 pence again soon. So it could be a real opportunity. Relatively low volume on Friday, 1.333 million, but you know it's a little dark horse NFX. I think it's got a few tricks up its sleeve. I'm really interested in observing and seeing how price moves. I think it's going to break at some point soon. There seems to be significant levels of support coming in at these levels, okay? And for all those reasons, keep your eye on NFX, guys, right? Okay, let's move this show along because we've got quite a few tickers left. to go through. You know, I'm trying to do as many, respect you guys' wishes and really work hard and do as many as I possibly can for you. All right, let's try our best. We've called the reversal recently with Triple E. It's made some fantastic moves. It may reverse. It may reverse. We've had a real big spike up. Price closed at. Great to see Triple E over 2p again, right? 2.13p a share. We had 10.6 million volume on Friday. It was up 10.39%. So good luck to all the people that have been getting in at decent levels. Good luck to price recovering. I need to try and figure out what it's doing next, okay? Because it's broken through consolidation zone A. It did a week first break, reversal break. It's broken through consolidation zone B. It's now in C. I just need to try and figure out, there's huge gaps being filled. I need to figure out, it broke out again of this large macro asymmetrical descending triangle. There's a bit of a pattern here, guys, but we know 2020 bullish, 2021 bear market, 2022 pen in the arse year up to now. But it looks like a lot of tickers are trying to reverse. There may be a trend going on, possibly. I need to try and figure out what I think it's doing next. I'm trying to connect some dots. There may be a larger bullish trend forming. I'm going to come back to it. But the good thing is, we've now got, for the first time in a long time with Triple E, guys, we're getting a convergence of the EMAs right underneath price action. So we could have now a reversal going from, see, it broke out of that as well, you see, very bullish. We might have a reversal going from bearish to bullish, right? Beautiful convergence of EMAs right underneath price action. I mean, look at that break, buy that break, boom, what a trade, beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to give it a little bit more work. I just wanted to cover it off. We pretty much nailed this reversal with our TA in Swayze's Charts Discord. So good luck to all Triple E holders. Let's have a quick look at AFC, because I nailed the bounce a few months ago with AFC Energy PLC. Okay, this is how I see it moving in the larger context, right? It's quite exciting, really, for AFC. I think it's a super macro ascending bullish channel. Okay, again, we had a massive sell-off at the beginning of 2021, bear cycle. Okay, recently we've had the asymmetrical descending triangle. I called the bounce. I think it was February I called the bounce. Beautiful move. Okay, but price selling off again. Price closed at 35.16 pence on Friday, down 4.56%. A lot of wicks, a lot of reversals, but I think price is going to sell off. Unfortunately, I think price is heading back down to the bottom of the channel. I think price will want to revisit like 30p at some point soon. Looking at the chart, but I think then we're going to look for more opportunities. I'm personally looking at this level, right, this lower level again. Price wasn't allowed to break out. Yeah, I might be wrong. There might be something else going on. But the thing about TA, right, TA's dynamic, guys, right? So TA's dynamic. So if something is occurring, we can account for it and move in real time. But at the moment, looking at the market structure below, and the way that it's flowing, the way that it's moving, okay, I'll be looking to re-enter if we get some key setups at these key locations. Unfortunately, price may want to shave 5 or 6p off, and then we're going to look for re-entries at these lower lows. Let's see how it moves. But in the bigger picture with AFC, what it's telling me on this chart is that the company's going to recover in the future. And I think in the future, price is going to go back to over 100p a share. I mean, that might sound crazy when you're looking. Well, not really, because price was at 95p a share or 94 and a bit p a share of only December 2020. So I believe that this is the macro ascending channel. Okay, but looking at the macro, the charts are telling me that in the future AFC will want to go back to over over 100p a share in the future. Local action, that's how I see it moving at the minute. But you know what? It's like I see like all these stocks, right? You got to have patience in this game, right, guys? You got to have patience. Okay, you can't force your will on the market, right? Force your will on the market, you're gonna get your fingers burnt, right? Right? Don't use money that you can, don't use mortgage money or rent money, right, to trade the markets, because the markets can run a stock down, okay, and trend a stock down longer than you can stay solvent. We know how it works. Moving swiftly on, guys. ECR, that was another request that we got. So let's jump to ECR. Let's hope my computer doesn't crash, okay? We'll get in there. Let's try and speed this up a little bit. Okay, getting a bit of lag with the computer, but it's doing okay. Okay, ECR, 1.79% up, closed at 1.426p a share. And we had decent volume with ECR, 9.245 million in volume. Okay, let's have a quick look. Okay, again, we're repeating much of the same narratives as many of the tickers, right? Sold off from 2021, asymmetrical descending triangle. Price recently broke out of that. It gave us a first break. Okay, let's have a quick look. It gave us a first break of like January of this year, early January of this year, okay? Let's just zoom in to more local action. I believe that price is now moving in a bullish uptrend channel, okay? In a bullish uptrend channel, we can see that we got some significant touches, aggressive sell-off, but then boom, buyers came back in like 2020, 2nd of Feb with this amazing bullish virtual solid bar, like decent volume, boom, up it came. What I'm trying to say is, I'm waffling a little bit, guys, but I think it's moving for some reason at the minute as well in this ascending triangle. So we seem to see support coming in. If support can hold, price may want to reverse as cup and handle continuation patterns, and the EMAs are right underneath. What I'm trying to say, right, is this channel that I've drawn, we've got the bottom of the channel at like 1.29p a share virtually, right? But what I've seen with ECR is that for some reason the buyers don't want to let it break down to the lower lows of where it was, and it's formed like these cup and handle continuation patterns. And then we're slowly seeing a convergence of the EMAs. The 200 is still on top of price, right? Price has been trying to get over that 200, but look at where the 21, the 50, 100, and the 200 are. So I'm trying to decode it, right? It's really interesting with ECR minerals in the minute, because we've had the break from the asymmetrical descending, right? Amazing support came in the macro, right, back in February of this year, a couple of months ago, and now price seems to be moving in this ascending triangle for some reason, and we've got a really tight convergence. Something coming with ECR that I don't know about. I don't know, guys, because looking at the chart, right, I don't know. Looking at the chart, to me, it looks like it may be gearing for some sort of breaking activity at some point. I don't know. I might be wrong, right? Don't take my word for it, but I'm looking at the chart and I'm thinking, interesting. Okay, sold off horrendously. Convergence EMAs recently. I see a bullish channel forming, and then an ascending channel, and then a convergence of all the EMAs except for the 200. Is some sort of break coming? Because what is exciting when you look at the macro with ECR is there is so much gap to be filled with this stock. It is incredible, potentially where it could go. All right, I don't know anything about them. I don't know what they do. I just like, Honestly, guys, right, a lot of the times, honestly, I just like the pretty pictures that the charts make. Okay, let's hope we're not going to get too much lag. A couple left, guys. Come on, we can push through this. Shout out to all the people following this podcast and not bored yet. Shout out to Swayze's Charts members and students as well. Right, guys, we've successfully called quite a few moves with TRX. Not the crypto, guys, not the crypto. Tissue Regenics Group, right? Okay, so we had 0.520 close on Friday, 12.4 million, decent volume. Okay, I did a bit of a redraw last night. The chart might look crazy, but honestly, it's the only way I can decode what the heck is going on. Large asymmetrical descending triangle from like back in the day, okay, 2019. Broke out of that November 2020, went bullish. I think we've got a larger macro ascending channel, okay. We can see that I drew a touch dominant trend line. So the larger plays, I think, is a macro ascending channel. But like many of the stocks, guys, from January, February 2021, huge sell-off. Price came down, found support, and then has been trending up for quite a while. Wow, I'm getting some major lag now, guys. Don't want to have to cut this podcast early. We've only got a couple of tickers left. Price has come up. Look, guys, cut a long story short with TRX, right? Price is at a key level of resistance at the minute with this macro uptrend. If price can break through, there's market structure up ahead for it to go all the way back up to like 0.900 or 0.902. If price cannot break out of this key level of resistance, it could come all the way back down until it finds support of 0.346. Or even worse, break macro support and go to even lower lows. Gaps have been filled recently with TRX, okay. Price is at a critical juncture. But the good thing is, right, the interesting thing is, again, right, similar to what was the chart I was just looking at with the convergence of the EMAs, right? Similar to the previous chart. Can't even remember the ticker. There's been that many today. Getting a bit of brain fog. Look, gap filled, right? Cup and handle continuation pattern. Okay. Convergence, right? Convergence of EMAs underneath price action. Okay. Price battling at the minute between support and resistance. Right? This is the way I see it, right? The medium trend's been a downtrend, okay, and that medium trend's been going on since Feb 2021, okay. The macro trend is an uptrend, okay. The markets are always telling us what's going on. We just need to try and decode it. What I'm trying to say, guys, is if price can test and break this key level, I think it's going. I think it'll want to go and retest 0.900 at some point in the near future. Right, so you know what? It's at a key level of resistance. But interestingly enough, I'm looking at the EMAs, I'm looking at the cup and handle continuation patterns, and I'm looking at the bigger market structure up ahead. If it can break with TRX, I think it's going back to want to retest 0.900 at some point in the not too near future. I might be wrong, guys. I'm just trying to decode what I'm seeing. Liquidity reset. It's an interesting mover. It's tortured a lot of people recently, like a lot of tickers have, guys. Okay. It may want to, but we're at a key juncture with TRX, all right? Shout out to all TRX holders and investors. Let's do the last one, guys. I don't usually chart NCYT. I've done it a couple of... I say I don't usually chart it. I called out the mega moves back in 2020. I've called out the recent up move that it had when it revisited 500p. So, yeah, we've made a lot of successful calls with NCYT. It's just not a stock that has any great interest for me, but no problem. I know it has for other people. So I redrew it last night, okay. I redrew it last night. Interesting one. It's been torturing a lot of people. Horrendous sell-offs with asymmetrical, aggressive sell-offs. So if we look at the daily chart with NCYT, we can see that if we just go back to like November 2020, right? We've had this awful that's where it started forming, with this awful sell-off, right? I mean, it's sold, yeah, okay, we had the up move. I called the up move, okay, inverted head and shoulders reversal. Can you see it? Left shoulder formed October 2020, inverted head, right shoulder formed January 2021, right? Boom. Okay, off it went, short squeeze down. Okay, but then it kind of changed its market. Well, it didn't change its market state, but the sell-off became still a bearish sell-off, but not as aggressive as the asymmetrical descending triangle that was that came before it, right? So what I'm trying to say, right, guys, is from April 2021, it's been in this particular market state from what I can make out, this sell-off, okay? And we've recently had, let's have a quick look, I'm getting a little bit of lag now, but this is the last chart so we can do it. We've recently had a head and shoulders reversal. I say recently, the head was pretty much formed August 2021, the left shoulder August 2021, the head formed November 2021, right shoulder December 2021, boom, then we have the squeeze down again. Okay, so if we look at this structure here, guys, right, NCYT holders, shout out to NCYT holders, we can see that price is in the macro state is a downtrend, okay. Came off, we had a bit of an up jaw move. I called this move, by the way, this break. I called this move last year. Boom, up it went. Check the tweets. Okay, but we've got, within this larger downtrend, we appear to have a smaller uptrend channel forming. Okay, so my rhetorical question is, well, I don't know the answer, so it's not really rhetorical. My question is, okay, is this going to be the channel that's going to challenge the macro descending channel? Maybe, I don't know. What I do know is that I think price is going to head to these lower lows, but I think we've got support underneath. Like price closed at 197p a share on Friday, down 1.45%. What was the volume? Super low volume, guys. 250,000 volume. That's slightly worrying, right, for a stock like that's had mega volume days. Slightly worrying. But if price wants to sell off, this is the issue, right? The issue, guys, you've got a larger descending channel with price at some severely, incredibly lower lows with this macro descending channel, right? But the saving grace may be this smaller ascending channel within the context of this larger structure. So below we've got like support. If price does want to go to the low lows, we've got like support at like 146 underneath. Price may want to come back up. I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I don't know anything about the fundamentals. I'm not particularly all that interested. I don't know whether my students are involved in NCYT. Good luck to all holders. I hope it breaks out. These are the levels of resistance and support that I can see. This is how I personally see it. I've back-tested it. I've retroactively back-tested it. I've put the reversals in. I've tried to figure out the new smaller channel that price is moving in at the minute. We need some more volume. I mean, like, for the amount of money that the company's got in the bank and stuff like that, and looking at this volume on Friday, a little bit worrying. But good luck to NCYT holders, you know what I'm saying? Right, guys, that's pretty much it. I don't know how long this has been going. It seems like forever. Shout out to all my followers on Twitter. Thanks for the support. Thanks for all the kind comments. Okay, this was the tweet that instigated this podcast. Look, guys, right, I hope you're happy with the information. I'm trying my best. It's not financial advice, of course. For all the tickers, what I'm going to do, right, for a lot of the tickers that a lot of you guys have suggested, right, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to do some like live drawing sessions because I think there's a big interest for TA out there. So I'm going to do some live drawing sessions on a lot of these charts that I've not got charts out. So draw them from scratch, okay, for quite a few of these tickers because we've got a lot to cover from Telegram requests as well, okay. So if you like the information, guys, give us a retweet, give us a follow. Look at that handsome devil. Who's that? Tell you, has that been airbrushed? Give us a like, a follow, a retweet, a share. I need the support. Content creators can't grow without the followers. So without you guys, I've got nothing, all right? So shout out to everyone. Hope everyone's having a great Sunday. I'll probably do another podcast at some... I don't know whether I'm going to do another one today. I'm pretty exhausted now. But, send us a DM if you're interested in anything. If you're interested in joining Swayze's Charts Discord, where you can learn this system of technical analysis that we teach to all the students. I'm going to do a special offer again soon. I think I'm going to do a buy one, get two free again soon. So you buy 1 year and you get 2 years free. Shout out to my mate Bob Smith, who's back from his holidays, and he's already started posting fantastic, valuable information in our fundamentals room. So great to see you back, Bob. Nothing but love for that guy. He's a genius. I'll tell you what, right, I'm lucky that I can tie my shoelaces in the morning. Do you know what I'm saying? Hope you found the podcast useful. Please give us a retweet, a like, a share, and show some love. I'll get it uploaded, and I'll see all you wonderful people knocking around on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and in my Discord, of course. Have a great rest of your relaxing Sunday. Cheers, guys.